Hello everyone,
Dirt,
welcome back to
dirt,
Power.
dirt, dirty.
Don't mind him, he's just a challenge. Anyway, welcome back to Powerwash Simulator. We thought it'd be good for another one because it was pretty chill last time.
Yellow,
Yeah,
yellow. Got a big old circle of yellow. This will be my not dirty spot. This is my home now.
yeah,
This is where I live. It's clean here. Like, why is this place so messy?
yeah. I don't know. You're feeling your community of a place ends up like this.
You see, I see. Actually, we're gonna find out that later on in the game, all these messes are caused by us to drive up sales.
No, never.
But my yellow circle is clean now.
But yeah, we thought we'd
Um,
do another one of these streams because it was chill last time. It's just a nice way to relax and talk with chat.
dirt, dirt,
So I hope everyone is having a good evening.
dirt.
For
Making
anyone who
sure the
is into that sort of thing, Death Battle is back.
I like that show. I like it a lot. Someone might even say I hyperfixate on it. Who would say that? Who would think that? What's up with that? And
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know what Death Battle is, it is a web show made by Rooster Teeth.
well, not originally. I'll explain it because it was made by Ben Singer, who got the idea from the show Deadliest Warrior, which I believe the premise of the show was like, um, which like warrior would win in a fight dependent on time from like which time period. So like a cowboy versus a medieval knight. Ben Singer decided he liked the idea of like, okay, so what if Samus Aran fought Boba Fett outside of the HQ the Screw Attack offices? So he did that. Screw Attack liked it, and so they wanted him to make more of them. People liked it, and eventually Death Battle kind of blew up into a thing so big that it devoured Screw Attack and was purchased by Rooster Teeth to create more episodes. And as of May 21st, for first members or YouTube members, the most recent episode has released of the Ant-Man versus the Atom. We did a watch of that. It was fun.
Yep, so that's that. Just a web show about video game characters fighting each other, really.
About video game characters fighting each other, brought up Ant-Man versus the Atom.
Well, comic book characters, video game characters,
characters
movie
from
characters.
characters from fictional media, because they have some very generic matchups, and like you got your uh, Batman versus Captain America's, your Lex Luthor versus Doctor Doom's, um, or your say Naruto versus Ichigo's, but you also get like matchups that are more out of the box with say Carnage versus Lucy, um, Heracles versus Son Wukong, and the next episode, which I am looking forward to very much, because even though someone here has only done one stream of it, somebody here is a fan of the Souls
I did 2
franchise.
streams of it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not up to date with the Red Star Dark Souls lore, but yeah, got the Chosen Undead, and he's gonna be in a death battle with the Dovahkiin from Skyrim, and I am looking forward to that matchup very much. It's a case. It was a case of me for me of, to quote TFS Vegeta in the Broly movie, I didn't know how much I wanted something until I had received it.
I mean, we've spoken about that before, have we not? No, it was
What do you
Dovahkiin
mean?
versus the Soul Survivor.
Yeah, because that seemed like the more likely matchup for some reason. Like, oh, okay, it's the Bethesda characters from the big the big Bethesda games. Like, I didn't anticipate anyone to look at the Souls franchise and even think that it was versus applicable. But I'm glad they are, because the Souls games has a lot of lore to wrap your head around, and it's I'm looking forward to seeing how they do it. I want especially how they scale things. I want the Chosen Undead to win, but I do not. My hopes aren't high, but boy howdy, would I love it if he did. Because any of you guys who are Elder Scrolls lore buffs who might be in here probably know why it's a thing of actually, yeah, maybe the Dovahkiin is not someone you try to tangle with.
Not yet. He's pretty strong.
But so is the Chosen Undead if you argue the same levels. Like, it's a thing of, I don't think the Chosen Undead wins. I wouldn't, but I don't think there's a 0% chance for him.
I guess we'll see.
Yep. On June 4th, I believe. Because that's 2 Sundays away, and I'm working that day, but I believe I finish at 5:30, which means a half hour after my shift ends, new death battle. And I do aim
Nice.
for do the exact same thing as we did last time, which is of course 2 days ago, and try get a group watch going. Because our friend, whose name is not to be said aloud, because not for any like nefarious reasons, it's just I would guaranteedly call him by his first name. Adores, or at least I say adores, is very into Skyrim modding. So, I would choose to believe he enjoys the game. So, I picture he would actually like to potentially watch the fight, be like, oh yes, I know this from Skyrim.
No, just have to ask him.
Oh, but we'll ask like close to the time, of course. Because I imagine our other friend, who was a fellow Death Battle fan, would probably be down to watch it with us too. She didn't mention wanting to watch Ant-Man versus the Atom, but I don't think she even realized the option was available until I asked. Because they have memberships, and if you have planet level membership, which funny joke that we immediately had, haha. Dark Knight Rises, planetary, yes. You get to watch episodes early on YouTube.
And how much is that?
Uh, $4.99 a month.
Really?
Yeah,
That's British pounds.
GBP.
It's not just for Dev, but why are we advertising for Rooster Teeth? They're not the best company.
You brought it up.
Yeah,
No,
I mean it was a topic star.
and it's for me. It's not. There's planet level and there's galaxy level subscriptions, which gets you an RT first membership. I am not going for that one. I have no reason. The world one is just for additional death battle, early death battle content and additional death battle content. Like you only get extra death battle products.
You don't get anything else.
I mean, you get all the previous memberships of things, access to the Discord, and again episodes earlier, and unique members only content.
$4.99 for 2 episodes a month.
Well, and access to other things earlier, as mentioned. Like teasers get released there early for members. Like I've like watched the Ant-Man vs the Atom teaser like a few times before it came out, not for any specific reason, just like look. Normally death battles come out in like early March, but they changed up the formula this year, so it came out late May. So I've been a little starved of the content of a thing I really enjoy. Yeah, they got 15 episodes this season, only 4 of which are unknown episodes, as in like announced unto the common crowd, and they're going straight off the bat with the first one announced was Ant-Man versus the Atom, which, if you haven't watched it, was fun. A lot of people are really talking about the kill, which if you, I'm not going to go into any details on that if anyone is here and has got their interests piqued to look into it, but people were not anticipating that kill.
Anticipating.
Haha. But because like I was personally expecting either a one of the combatants, because there's Ant-Man and the Atom gimmick. They both shrink. They're big smart boys who go from big to small. I was anticipating like option A, one of them grows inside of the other to explode them internally, or option B, they go the lame option and just have character A step on character B, and they went with option C, and it was an enjoyable option C.
But yeah, hope everyone is having a good evening. Just another chill hour.
All yellow is cleaned. If we maintain that conversation, we got Bill Cipher versus Discord from My Little Pony, which anyone listening like, okay, My Little Pony is like, yeah, I know. But it has feats. It has feats. And Cole McGrath versus Alex Mercer, the infamous protagonist and the Blacklight Butcher. I am looking forward to both to see how they do, because those 2 episodes were voted on by the community, and that's cool. No, I can't. I think actually, because I know it's like you played both of them. I believe a matchup that could have happened actually Ori versus the Knight from Hollow Knight.
I only played Hollow Knight for like a small amount of time. I wasn't a big fan of it.
Yeah, but you played both, so you imagine you have some opinion on it. But yeah, like that matchup was, one of the votable options.
I mean, I like Ori. Maybe I'll play Ori in the Blind Forest on stream.
Origami. I'll let you clean up this dinosaur. I'll carry on with the floor.
No. So how was, if anyone is here that would like to talk, how was everyone's weekend?
You like the awkward silence of like the door explorer, like shutting
And
of just like,
staring at the chat waiting for some
can
response.
you see boots? Like, yeah. We just keep our own conversations going. If anyone wants to say hello, they will say hello. Let's not try to force any, use that Yu-Gi-Oh card for, force the lurkers into speak. Just people are here to see some chill footage or listen to two people talk. Let's just let that happen. Oh, I almost cramped my leg.
Oh,
Just like moved my foot in a way, missed what I was going for, so I like clenched to catch it.
ugh.
But it's okay. Didn't do that.
Anyway, what are some games that you're looking forward to coming out?
Uh, yeah, I've not actually got any. Like, it's like games that have come out. Like I'd say like I was interested in Dead Island 2, but I'm not hearing good things.
Really?
One of those like is this isn't really like a problem with the game, but it's like it's three-player online co-op. And that's such an obtuse number to pick.
And that's what Destiny does.
Yeah, and I don't agree with it. Just go for four.
Mm-hmm.
But like apparently people having issues with the game of like you'll play it and like you won't really find hordes of zombies around the world. It's just like groups of like two or three. So you're never actually like in any danger of getting swarmed by a horde. And considering you're in LA, it's like that's odd. I thought this place was supposed to be populated.
Yeah. So, I mean,
And
were there any hordes in the last games?
I mean, once you enter like the city and in the armored truck after you encounter your first ram, that the place is like packed with like zombies. Like you got suiciders all over the place. You got rams and thugs getting in your way. Like you've got looters preventing you from like trying to take like safer options because they've got guns at that point. It's good.
Something that I am interested in, but not 100% on, is Starfield.
Yeah, that's something I'm not interested in, but I'm curious on.
And like the idea of being able to build your own ship is something that I like. But of course it
It just
is, hmm,
is one helmed by Bethesda.
yeah, it's Bethesda, comes out in 3 months, and we've seen barely any gameplay of it.
Yeah, it feels like, in my opinion, if it was like one of those, this game is feeling a bit too ambitious.
But I guess we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
Maybe we'll be surprised and it ends up being pretty good.
yeah. We've got the new Elder Scrolls coming up eventually.
And when did they announce
Speaking of
that?
it, I think it was like last year, and it was announced as an Xbox exclusive.
Was it last year? I feel like it's been way longer.
It may have been, but it's like how long has Fable been announced? That's been like 3 years at this point.
Fable.
Yep. Like I'd like to hear some more on that. My brother loves that franchise. Um, There's like another Final Fantasy coming, but it's not something anyone with an Xbox can touch because it's exclusive, which is normal actually, because Sony is used to exclusiving most having like most exclusive rights to Final Fantasies.
Which sucks, because 15 was pretty good.
Yeah, it was an enjoyable game. Had good memes. Assassin's Creed was in there. Like that was weird. And then Arden was in Assassin's Creed.
No, yeah, the villain from Final Fantasy 15 showed up in an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah. Oh, and Arden was there too.
Oh yeah.
So you thought I was trying to be a dick to Arden on your race. Oh wait, actually, yeah.
What?
Plus
Okay,
Arden's
so
got a
what
good.
is your opinion? What is like, if someone asked you villains who are rightfully angry?
You gotta give me some time to think there, because it's a case of one of those like I don't just want like because like of course I imagine like saying like okay you brought up Arden, so you want to talk about Arden a bit, but I want to like have like some time to think. Well, actually, does it are you reliant on a genre? Like, does it have to be like a game villain?
No.
Right, because I don't have any for anything else anyway. I'm just making sure so we can have this like discussion. Give me some time to think on that, but I guess we'll like discuss Arden in the sense because you haven't played the Arden DLC, neither have I. I haven't bought it as such. You haven't got it. That's not me saying that I can that you can't buy it on your own. You haven't bought it and I haven't bought it, and I bought all the Final Fantasy stuff originally.
Well, yeah. But Arden
But
is a someone who
Arden Azunia was a man from who in the Final Fantasy lore, spoilers if you haven't played 15, but I mean the game's been out for like 7 years. I don't know what to tell you. Is a man who was originally meant to be the King of Kings of the true King of Kings. A powerful king who was meant to bring peace unto his kingdom of Insomnia, but his brother opted to have different ideas and trapped him while he tried to cure the Star Scourge, which turns out was ordained by the legendary Final Fantasy summon Bahamut. So, and Arden is, of course, naturally really upset that his entire destiny was flicked off, but to the wayside because a punk ass dragon guy who was cosplaying as a dragon in a fursuit decided, nah, you don't have your fate because I'd rather you wait 13 generations so that your great 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 nephew, I think that's a term that we'd call it, because like a nephew is an odd term for like,
is
oh
he not
yeah,
just
actually, like,
his grandfather, like a great 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 grandfather?
no, because Arden was the brother of Somnus, who was the original king of Insomnia.
Oh,
Yeah, and of
so
course
yeah, it would be
Noctis is a
nephew.
descendant to, yeah. It's just like it's like are you really someone's nephew at that point when you're like 13 generations down the line?
Maybe not, but you're still related.
So he wanted to naturally he if there's two endings as DLC. He can try to resist he'll attempt to resist this game that Bahamut sets him on. Unfortunately, it's one of those endings where it's like, well, actually, your choice didn't matter because either way, you're going to end up with the same end cutscene.
Ah,
Except this time, Arden just gets tortured by Bahamut for like an additional length of time until he agrees. It's not an episode Ignis where if you actively go against the canon option, you get an alternative ending. And it's a pretty cool alternative
Oh,
ending.
Ancient Old Wolf is now following. Hi, how you doing? I think
This,
Old Wolf is from Foxy server,
this
if it's the
wolf
same
is
one.
ancient and old.
I appreciate the follow, Old Wolf. I hope you're doing well.
Um, like Final Fantasy 15 had a lot going for it. It's unfortunate that it just didn't get received enough that Square Enix decided to pull the plug. Because we were meant to like get a DLC that was effectively, Arden and Noctis actually opted to go, hey, actually, we're being pawned here.
That would have been nice to see.
Like it was. I think it was planned to be the last DLC, I believe, of the two aiming to end Bahamut's chicanery.
That would have been nice, because Arden is justified in his anger.
Also, he's got a cool ass theme, but it's a, it's a good theme. Got some nice fucking like subtle messages onto it. It's good.
Yeah, so like, that's one villain that is
It's a thing
justifiably
of
angry.
is like, does it have to be like villain or character who is perceived as a villain, but once you know what they're up to, it's like, okay, they're justified in what they're doing, and they're not.
How do you mean? Like, who's on your mind when you say that?
I'm just pitching it. I might not be thinking about speaking about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 2. No,
Hmm. Like actual villains, like the main villain who is justified in what he's doing.
but do you have any? Do you have any on mind here?
Trying to think. Like I could go the easy route and just say the murdered children from Five Nights.
They're not villains. They're antagonists. They're not villains.
Well, antagonists then.
It's like an antagonist that just says, it's just an obstacle. Like there's malice in their acts, but it's like if you were like say like William Afton in FNAF is easily a villain,
Well,
but
yeah,
the animatronics are the antagonists.
he's a kitty murderer.
Yeah, and probably more than kids. It's just that's not. I don't think that's really explored that much.
I think in the books he experiments on animals.
Well, that's rude.
Tai Lung?
It's for Tai Lung. It's less. It is, and he's justified because he's not. There's like no like. There's no like part in the movie where they justify his like extreme violence unto the people. It is simply a case of you can't justify his actions, but you can see how he got where he was.
Alexa Hart. Oh, hi. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate you coming by.
Yeah, like it's like for Tai Lung, I'd argue it's like you could try you like if you use the logic of he's justified because he's groomed into a warrior and believed he was truly robbed, by all means you could apply that logic partially to Lord Shen, in the sense of he was securing his life because he knew that he would be that he was informed that a warrior black and white, a panda, would be the end of his life. So he was just trying to secure his survival.
But
But
the only
but you
reason he
can't
was
but you
self-fulfilling.
cannot yeah, it was a self-fulfilling prophecy, but it's still the thing. Like, you could argue, but he was doing it to try to keep himself alive. But it's genocide. It's not justifiable. Like, Tai Lung, after not getting what he won, laid siege to the Valley of Peace, a group of like not only innocents, because he wasn't given the Dragon Scroll. You know, his
Yeah,
anger was justified. His actions were not. Which I guess you could then argue is like, but then you could say the same for Arden. But then there's the thing like, it becomes like one of those, where do we lean to the justification? Is it like, you know, one of them was a pawn in destiny, the other one was convinced that his destiny was robbed of him. Like, both were robbed of destiny, but one wanted, but one didn't even know his destiny was robbed of him, and by the time he found out, he couldn't do anything. The other one was given the ideas that his destiny was as such, but it wasn't his truly. I don't know. I'm not an intellectual debater.
eh. I mean, it's I feel like you had a good argument. There's Sephiroth. I don't think Sephiroth really. Hi Alexa.
I Hello there, being. I wouldn't say Sephiroth had justification.
No, I mean,
His entire thing was just, or like, it's like, oh, he wants to stop humans from depleting the Earth's resources by destroying the planet, and having the life stream unto
mhm.
himself.
I'm doing well,
Like,
Alexa. Thanks. How are you doing? I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, like
his goals are purely selfish in nature.
he also learned that he was made from an alien and gone. I feel like he went insane too easily at that.
I don't know. This is like, I could have been cooler. No.
Good to hear it. Glad you're doing well. Thanks for coming by. We're just doing some power washing. Just a chill stream for a little bit.
And also, Sephiroth had the benefit of being hot as fuck.
Well, yeah.
Like, he went insane that easily. Like, dude, you're hot. Chill out.
Then he died, but then he came back.
And then he died again, but then he came back and had been children.
Is Advent Children canon?
I don't know. I don't think it is.
How's my day
And
going?
then,
It's going alright. It's just been a chill day. I'm just enjoying my day off before I have to work tomorrow.
right, okay, so we've got fucking Sephiroth died, but then he came back, and then he died, but then he came back and had been children. And if this new game is exactly what people believe it is, he died again, and then he came back. Fucking put William Afton and Sephiroth in a fucking Death Other, because they keep fucking coming back. Yes, do not take that seriously. William Afton would fucking die.
Well, yeah. That's great.
Oh.
Thanks, Alexa.
Do you want to guess what William Afton is currently sitting in versus spheres?
Where?
Large country level.
How?
I don't know, but apparently after the Ruin trailer happened, suddenly they upped his numbers.
Can you ask me
And
something?
I
Yeah,
don't
of
know.
course. Well, depending on what it is.
Why are you stinky?
There we go, Stegosaurus done.
Stegosaurus.
Have you hired artists for emotes? No, I haven't. Not yet.
Do you mean like for Twitch or for like other things?
I have emotes on Discord for other characters, but not of this character.
Yeah, but mine doesn't have to change if you have decided to put mine in there.
Do you have an idea for me?
Gun res, gun res, gun res.
I can make on this character. An animated one. Um, I mean, what are your prices?
This is a person you know, right?
No,
Oh, okay. New person. Oh, wow.
new friend.
You see, whenever you say that, I can only detect irony.
Discuss on Twitter, that's my handle.
All right.
No,
I imagine that'd be a we'll do that in downtime because nice little stream time, you know. Don't want to be looking at someone's Twitter when we're cleaning up, right? And again, I don't know your rules, so you might do what you can do what you want. I'm
well,
just
yeah.
oh,
I'll take a look at that after the stream, but thank you very much. By the way, when will I get affiliated? That's as soon as we reach the follower goals, hopefully. I just need 9 more followers, and then that's affiliate,
nice.
which means people can start
Nine,
subscribing.
9 is a bigger number than 4.
It is.
Yes, mathematician.
You're so smart, Sev.
Thanks, I know.
You can help me with it. With affiliate? Well, I really appreciate that. I'm a community support streamers. Well, it's very kind of you to do that.
Benches look like hot dogs.
Oh yeah, hot dog benches.
I just want a picture of a goddamn hot dog. Well, that's made me think now. Do you have a soundboard? Are you ever gonna like do streams like start soundboarding things like bruh?
Maybe, I don't know. It kind of goes against the whole point of a chill, low energy stream. Like, even the Resident Evil streams are pretty low energy. I just don't have the.
Also, you play on Xbox, so you'd have to like whip around and smack a keyboard.
Yeah. Maybe one day, but right now I'm fine with just chill and relaxing. Even when it's like a fucking horror game, I'm not loud as well, not as loud as some other people. It's like I don't like screaming and I don't like hamping it all up. You just say ham,
Yeah, you said hamping it all up. It's hamming it up.
ham. I like
Yeah,
hamming it up. I swear it's hamping. Hamping it up.
well, I'm pretty sure it's hamming. I could be wrong, but hamming just seems to make more sense to me for some reason. I'm not
Mm.
sure why it makes more sense to me. It just seems like you're being silly like a ham. That's not why is ham silly. Oh,
I don't think that's it.
you're not it. You got him. You're not that guy. Right? You're not that guy.
Right.
Apparently, we got distracted from our topic on like um villains that you sit there and go justified.
Oh yeah. We'll finish this job and then we'll call it for that stream.
What if we finish it before the hour mark ends?
We're not gonna. We've only got 10 minutes left.
Um. Well,
Villains were justified in their anger.
me. Um. It just comes down to like one, because like I mean, we play games. It's like one of those just. mm, How many games have we played to like even like think about that?
Not really. I honestly thought I would think of more options for this.
Because it's like you could say like Darth Vader. No, I don't think so at all. Actually,
No, he brought that on himself.
it's also more. Many people bring distinctions between Vader and Anakin. So it's like if it was like a clearer like, because for some people Anakin and Vader are two entities, which at points they do treat them as such in as I believe in the canon.
Well, yeah, if you haven't seen
'Cause, like
the
Va-
Obi-Wan series, spoilers for
because like
that.
Vader refers to like Anakin is dead.
Yeah, like Anakin is gone, I am what remains.
You know, like they treat them as two separate entities. Like if they weren't treated as two separate entities, Anakin was someone who was like, well, gaslit, manipulated, destroyed in all means to become the ultimate pawn for the Sith Emperor.
Yeah,
And of course, and you know, like Vader is there's like if he wasn't willing to go along with it, you would argue that Vader would be a justified villain. But it's justified like everything that he does has done isn't. And you could make an argument of well, actually, if you think about it, what has Vader done in canon? Because he didn't blow up Alderaan. That wasn't his call.
no, that was
If I,
Tarkin.
if I agree, Tarkin was just being a dick.
The Emperor even got him in trouble for that. It's like,
Dude,
Dude, I
That was my favorite. That my favorite Starbucks. What the fuck?
because Alderaan was so apparently in the Star Wars canon, Alderaan is the
Home of the neutral senate, basically, or whatever.
well, it's
Like
like the
it's the
origin point of democracy in the galaxy.
Steve just leaving his room. Oh shit! What the fuck did you do?
Yeah, like there was a lot of the destruction of Alderaan caused a lot of people to go to the rebellion. Like it did the opposite of what it was meant to do.
Like, yeah, I just Darth Vader isn't a justifiable villain. Um, if we're going into other means, there's a really easy example: Mr. Freeze.
Who wants to save his wife?
Wants to save his wife from an incurable disease, cryo froze her to give her more time, and made an agreement with a company to help him with the research so long as he provided them cryogenic research. But they tried to cut him out, and naturally it's Gotham City. Cut someone out means cut their life short, which led Mr. Freeze to have to become, you know, unable to exist without being in a sub-zero temperature due to the chemicals they tried to snuff him out with. Permanently disfiguring the man, stealing his wife so that they could try to use her for experiments, all while he did everything for one true goal, and that was for his wife's life. And it's extremely consistent with the character, which is also because it only existed because the animated series, a very common piece of knowledge. Before that, he was a fucking joke.
What, he didn't have any seriousness to him?
He was effectively just a dude with frosted tips and an ice gun.
Yeah.
But the animated series gave that to his character, turning him from a joke into a character that many agree is the most tragic Batman villain. And his goals never change from that. Like every comic he's in, he's only serving that one purpose. And if he's unable to serve that one purpose, he actively I believe there's a comic where Batman is like trapped in Arkham Asylum, and the only help he can get is Mr. Freeze. And once they get out, the only thing Freeze does is make a snow angel, and then just goes back inside because it doesn't stand to help him. Like he helps Batman capture all the prisoners, makes a snow angel, and then takes himself back to his cell because it doesn't further his goal of saving Nora.
What was his purpose in the movie when he was played by Arnold?
He wanted to freeze everything back to the Ice Age.
Yeah. What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
What killed the dinosaurs? Me. Just bench presses a T-Rex. Um, yeah, I'd class him as a justifiable. I say class him. Everyone classes him as justified. They class him as tragic.
Well, yeah.
Charles Muntz from Up. Is he just? No, he killed people, but like he wouldn't be in that position if a bunch of fucking nerds wasn't like, your bird is fake, so fuck you.
Your bird is fake. L plus ratio.
Your bird is fake because we bent its knees backwards and found out actually. No! Ripped off his face. Um. Uh. Monstro the whale from Pinocchio. He was just a whale.
He was just a angry whale.
That is absolute justification. I too can be angry sometimes. And I too would eat a small child and his father.
Huh?
Huh? I can't think of like any anime characters. One, I don't consume enough anime to think that.
Why would you eat the anime?
Because I get hungry. Because I couldn't actually like name an anime where I can sit there and justify. Unless I try to be silly and like Frieza, because I don't know, I too would kill a lot of things if I were an alien that could do it. But no, Frieza's not justifiable. I don't think there's any Dragon Ball character that you could say is justifiable in villainy. Because Toriyama doesn't really. He likes to write dicks, and I mean that in the sense of their dicks, not that he likes the other thing people like Dragon Ball for, muscular men.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's not really anyone in Dragon Ball who's justifiable.
Like Goku Black, he just wants to genocide mortals because he's a prissy bitch. Um, Beerus doesn't count as an antagonist, a villain. He's an antagonist for a single movie. Broly isn't an antagonist at all, and it's just isn't an antagonist or a villain. Because he's the protagonist of his movie, so that scratches antagonist easily.
Paragus.
Cell just wants his perfection.
He's justified in his anger. Is the King Vegeta tried to kill his kid?
Yeah, King Vegeta tried to kill his kid, so naturally he raises his kid to as best he can to murder the king's son. Like if it was against King Vegeta, sure, but it's something like Vegeta already says is like, why does he get okay? But why am I the one for this? It wasn't me, you dick. And he got laser beamed. It was such a tragedy.
Depending on which one you look at, the other one got squished.
Yeah, but that's funny. Because he got squished and then thrown at a comet coming towards a planet. No, I don't even think it was coming towards a planet. That I believe in that movie, were on the planet's moon, and Broly fucking lobbed Paragus into the planet as it was heading to collide with the moon and an exploding star.
No, it was a comet. It wasn't a star.
Man, I know like Broly fucking annihilated the fucking alien species home planet. Cause like, you got wow, you really want to be back there, don't you? Fuck you. Because original movie Broly was a fucking sadist. And also, no, he's not a justifiable villain.
Wah, wah.
A person made a video on like why like no one understands Z Broly, and I believe he one of his justifications of like it was likely less for him. It was like it was he deemed like it's likely less that is like the whole TFS approach of he cried and it pissed him off. That they determined that due to his like legendary nature and as a thing of like foresight, apparently is like he was actually just terrified of Goku's fucking potential, and it caused him to shoot himself. The reason
But
for
he
this is
completely
like
stomped Goku.
and then Goku killed him.
Yeah, because of bullshit.
But it's something that that was pointed out in the original movie. Is there are like a lot of shots of like Broly trembling in fear at the thought of Goku. from his youth to his adulthood.
I thought that was just him being angry at Kakarot being said.
Like, of course, we've watched the TFS, but like in the actual movie, like there's like bits of Broly on his own, just like trembling in fear at at something, and then like and later on it's shown like because after he saw Goku, he began to start trembling
Hmm.
and like terror like covering his face and like trying to hide away in base form.
I mean, you could also see that as him trying not to become super powered up.
Broly become large now.
Like, trying not to get angry, trying not to freak out.
All right, but if the Great Saiyaman were there, Broly would immediately go Super Saiyan, Legendary Super Saiyan. You know it.
Well, yes.
Well, when he uses Justice Kick, Broly would like, "Ugh!"
You just fuck with me.
Yes. King Piccolo just wanted to murder everyone. Monster Carrot, he just wanted to turn people into carrots and run a fucking mafia. So Goku carried him to the moon on the power pole, and then Roshi blew it up. He's dead. Boo is just evil incarnate, unless you're thinking about like Margin, which is of course the colloquial term for fat. Boo, he's just under control by someone else. So you could argue that maybe if you stretch it, Margin Boo could be seen as mildly justifiable, but like once he's off the leash, he does go around killing people. So no,
How would Imagine be justified?
because he wasn't really given a choice. It's established that he was originally a pure deity who tried to absorb the evils of the universe to protect people and got corrupted by it. And then Babadee's genetic donor, used that to control him in order to go around and eradicate the universe.
Right.
But it's only justifiable in the sense of it wasn't his. He did try to do something good and lost himself to it. But once he stopped being under someone's control, he went around the planet killing everything he could to turn it into candy. Because he was bored.
Cookies,
Cell wanted his
corrections.
perfection, but that perfection led him to murder as much as he could. And once he attained it, he wanted to continue murder.
Yo, I'm gonna blow up the planet. Why? Oh.
If I am not killed, I will blow up the. Okay, but why don't you keep it and say use the Dragon Balls? Do I look like I need Dragon Balls? I don't know. You might want to wish for a Cell 2. No.
No.
No. Good lord, what is happening in there?
The
My
cell
secret
games.
cell project. Ah, your secret cell project. In the sub-basement of your lab.
Yes.
Could argue maybe Dr. Gero, in a sense, is justified in his wanting to take revenge on Goku, considering he killed his son. But abducting teens is never cool.
Alright, gotta drop. Have fun, Kev. See you later. Thanks, Will, for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
You
Hope
just
to
really
see.
listen to us talk about villains that we deem as justifiable. He's like, let's talk Dragon Ball now.
I hope you enjoyed what you were here to listen for.
Like abducting teenagers isn't cool, especially in the fact that he fucking designed Android 16, a full Android, before 17 and 18. So he didn't need them. He just decided he wanted to.
I mean, he said that 16 wasn't ready. So maybe he got bored of working on 16 and went to work on something else for a bit.
Alright, but he was designed after his son. You'd think he'd actually prioritize that.
He's Astro Boy.
Oh, no, you're like, oh, Astro Boy versus Android 60. I don't fucking know.
I feel like Astro Boy would win that, would he not?
I don't know. It goes by scaling, because you could argue that 16 is above a Super Saiyan. Because he is. And then it's like, well, you see, Vegeta in base blew up planet Aral, you know, whatever it's fucking called. I was gonna say Arale, but that's a gag character who'd kick your ass. Okay, let's move off of Dragon Ball if we're trying to think of like justifiable abilities.
Justifiable.
Mr. Pope. Um,
Baby's justifiable.
kinda, but kinda not. Wait, which one?
GT baby.
Okay, that's the one. Yeah, kinda, but kinda not. Um, he's acting in a pseudo sense of survival. He wants to get rid of the species that, genocided his. However, he's decided to take the Earth with them. So in his quest to avenge his species,
He's
he's
also no
planning on
better than
destroying.
them.
Yeah, he's no better than them, and he's taking an innocent species with the last two.
Alright. The Shadow Dragons are pretty justified in their reason.
But they're there for like the thing is, it's something that is established decently well. The amount of people the Shadow Dragons killed can be counted on one hand. Because
Didn't
they weren't there to kill anyone.
they didn't kill anyone?
I can't recall if they did properly, but it's like the main ones didn't kill. At least, well, I mean, Ice Shenron sure was trying.
Like innocent people? Or just the ones that abused the Dragon Balls?
I do not believe any innocents were killed, and I don't think any main characters were killed in the arc.
Hmm.
But the entire purpose of them was to effectively express, look, you need to chill out.
Yeah.
Because you guys are using these magic wish orbs as a excuse to not really improve as people. You're just improving your strength. You're not improving your characters.
Yeah.
None of you fear death. None of you fear consequence because of exploitation. Because the thing is pointed out is, like Omega Shenron, who could ragdoll Super Saiyan 4s, couldn't kill Mr. Satan in a single hit because he wasn't trying to.
Yeah. Like I don't. They're pretty justified.
Plus, it is established that the overuse of the Dragon Balls has actually disrupted the world's order at that point. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's going to cause a lot of issues if you keep doing this. Chill the fuck out. And then, the Dragon Balls cease to exist. The Goku have ascended to Nirvana? It's weird. Anyway. And not the band Nirvana, I mean, like,
Well, yeah.
Buddha's.
Didn't
Reached
he
a
went away
stage
for
of
1,000
enlightenment.
years and then he came back, something like that.
Not 1,000 years, because his granddaughter Pan was an old lady when he came back. So unless she's 1,000 years old,
Hmm. feel like I've heard people say it was 1,000 years.
I know. Again, unless Pan is 1,000 years old.
Yeah. I got a new power washer.
See if I can change the new power washer, but apparently I can't.
Can you not? The Urban X U2.
But yeah, I can only see like in the shops. Oh, hang on. Finally. No extensions though, not yet anyway. But yeah, this will increase power of our cleaning ability.
Nice.
Power scaling the cleaning.
Scaling the power washer to Goku.
The protagonist of the Power Wash Simulator game could deflect a Kamehameha with his power washer. We know this because Mr. Popo once ate a Kamehameha, and Mr. Popo can also eat water. As such, it means that the properties of the Kamehameha and water are the same fundamentally.
I feel like people would punch them if they said that.
Who said Death Battle was saying that? No, that's me. I'm making this bullshit.
Oh no.
You. I mean, to be fair though, like the amount of like silly arguments that exist when it comes to that kind of shit. Like I wouldn't doubt, like, and again, I always have to shit on Sonic fans when it comes to versus stuff. But I mean, you know, it's like I wouldn't doubt there being like arguments of classic Sonic could beat Doctor Manhattan because Metal Sonic was designed to be better than Classic Sonic, and Classic Sonic beat Metal Sonic, so Sonic is better than something better than him, which makes him infinitely better.
That's so stupid.
But those are the kind of arguments you expect from him.
How much is the extension for this new
General
one?
Grievous was justified. He just had a cough. He wasn't feeling himself. He had a cold that day. He's justified.
Right, we have the two
Would
extensions for this new one.
baller. Would mole count?
Justifiable.
Yeah, would mole count as a justifiable villain? Because it's the thing of, besides his siege on Mandalore, which he killed Sabine,
Not
not
Sabine.
Sabine. Where's she? No, I don't know her name, but you know who I mean.
Hmm.
Like, he didn't actively hurt many people. He took Mandalore because he figured out the Emperor's plan and actively was trying to stop it because he knew what it was gonna bring to the universe and was terrified. Like he was he was even willing to drop everything with Kenobi to try to fix that, try to stop that, because that's how he knew that in the long run his grudge with Kenobi was nothing in comparison to what Palpatine had in store.
So he was hoping that Kenobi was going to be there instead of Ahsoka, right?
Yeah, he was after Kenobi.
Do you think things would have panned out differently if Kenobi was the one who went instead of Ahsoka?
Yeah, I think Obi-Wan would have killed him.
No.
But it's also entirely possible that he would listen. But I imagine it's that thing of like, even in like the Duel of Fates, and I say the Duel of Fates, I mean like, Anakin versus Obi-Wan, like Obi-Wan wasn't like, he of course fucking cut off 3 of his fucking limbs, but he did not want to be there. He didn't want to hurt Anakin. Like it was an emotional wound to him.
Well, yeah, of course.
I doubt he'd necessarily like listen to like like a more just like took over an entire planet, killed a woman heavily implied to be the only person that Obi had that kind of relationship with. But like, hey, look, your apprentice is about to become the worst thing in the universe. Help me kill him.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess not.
Like he would have pulled the high ground on his ass and annihilated him. And then he'd realize he was right, and he'd be like, oh no.
Oh no.
Plus, it's just one of those things of he had a good ending in Rebels. Like I'd say he was a justified he he didn't have much in the beginning because of course I mean he was he was effectively just a cool set piece.
Maul,
I don't think
yeah.
there's yeah, I don't think there's any denial. Maul was just there to be cool. But in the Clone Wars, they made some fine wine. And then Rebels gave him an end to that. Like he was much like Anakin and many other Sith apprentices before them, was manipulated into believing he could be something far greater, and was cast aside when Palpatine determined I found a stronger one. Like Maul lived from that fall, of course. So you could argue that the original plan was that he was dead and he went to Dooku for a backup. But with the extra context of like that, that Maul was alive, which I believe it's implied in the Clone Wars that Palpatine was aware.
That he was alive.
Yeah, that, or I'm just overlooking things, but like I would opt to believe that someone that powerful in the Force would detect Maul, especially as he knows what he's looking for when it comes to Maul. Because
Yeah.
I mean, fucking Yoda can detect other like Jedi being slaughtered across the universe. I don't think it's that much of a stretch to say that Palpatine can detect one of his apprentices sitting in the middle of a trash heap screaming. I mean, hell, apparently, like I don't know much. I can't recall how Savage knew he was alive, but Savage knew he was alive and looking for him.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But dude went insane. Was given the Night Mother's bathwater to go uninsane. um, and like was trying to effectively become an opposite piece to Palpatine. Like, you know, like, yes, I suppose shall become the new Emperor or whatever, like, new Sith Lord, as he's like trying to train Savage as an apprentice. But he was too emotional for it. Like, Savage got his arm cut off and he fucking, like, oh shit, oh fuck, oh god.
Didn't Palpatine show up after Maul tried to train Savage and wash the floor with them both?
Yeah, no, after like, Obi-Wan cut off his arm, Savage got a replacement arm, and like Palpatine shows up after he takes over Mandalore, and just like they don't land a hit.
My
He
eulogy.
uh, hey, somehow Palpatine returned. Yeah, and he was on Mandalore. Like, he showed up on Mandalore, kicked both Maul and Savage's asses, murdered Savage, and like Maul was like, have mercy, like, nah.
Yeah, Palpatine doesn't care. How you doing, eulogy?
Yeah. Turning the lightsaber.
Just woke up. Destiny's not loading. Doing great. That'll be the new season starting.
We've been discussing justifiable villains. Do you have any on your mind, Mr. Eulogy? Ah! I fell.
Villains who are justified in their anger.
Or even their actions are really fartsy. Because there's justified in actions and anger. There's like characters who actually like are villains who are actually doing a good thing. It's just that good thing is a little stinky. Oh, you have to get a ladder to get up here. Ha! Skill issue.
I'll kill you.
I'll get you, and it'll look like a bloody accident.
Roy Batty from Blade Runner. I
I have
haven't
not
seen
watched
Blade Runner.
that movie. I apologize. This is where you establish. All right, next time you guys have a meet up, watch film thing. Like, you're watching Blade Runner, and you're gonna like it.
Yeah, I haven't seen Blade Runner.
It's like Baby Driver. I've had nothing but good things. I just don't. I'm not interested. Like, why is it called Baby Driver? It makes me think of the Boss Baby.
Because it is the boss baby.
No, it can't be. It's impossible.
What are we missing?
Sephiroth. Daddy, free daddy. Master, master, master.
Mr. Beast. So basically, he's a replicant, a bioengineered human, and he is being hunted by Blade Runners. If he is, he'll be deprogrammed. He's the movie's main villain, and his only crime is wanting to be alive. Yeah, that sounds right. Seems justified. Does
Not
he?
justified enough. Die.
He doesn't kill anyone, does he? Like, innocent? What is left?
Got some of the bridge slats, so they get this one. Moving on. Slide guard, tower support strut, and monkey bar strut.
He kills the founder, of the corporation that made him.
Did he kill him before or after he was being hunted? Because the thing is it if he killed him before and then they want him dead, if he killed him afterwards, that could be argued self-defense, and as such justified. I say self-defense, you could argue, but like it's like he didn't put that on the. Oh, they came after him.
There we go. We did it! My piss beam.
Shit, Pant Hammond.
Oh. Oh, I can make it spin. Make it spin with me.
No, the football is okay. The football's over there for me.
Oh. That's really cringe.
It's right over there. Just put it into-
Anyway, that's that job. So what's our next? Oh, here's a time lapse. That nearly took an hour and a half.
Yeah,
Pretty time-consuming game, huh?
yeah. As such, we have to fill it up with fun conversations.
So next we could do clean the golf cart or clean the detached house.
Yeah, we could probably clean the golf cart in like the next 5 minutes if we wanted to.
All right, we'll do the golf cart and then we'll call it there for the stream. Let me take a sip of Pepsi.
It lets me see if we'll get the context of did he kill them at before or after he was being hunted. I'm a curious fella.
I drove a golf cart in Canada.
Whoa! Margaret. Oh.
Did Margaret sit here?
Oh, Margaret. Oh. What the fuck are you two simps doing? There's Zachary Lux. I've even been given a hi. How do you know?
It's Nano.
Oh, hi Nana. That's how you know me. Sorry, I forgot your username. Hi Nano. How
Hello,
are you?
Nano. How you doing? Windshield.
Right over here. See?
I know what a fucking windshield. Dude, Sev
No,
sounds
I
so
meant
much different that it sounds in my head when I read his text. Have you never heard Sev's voice before?
What? What do I sound like? What do I
You've really
sound?
never heard Sev's voice before.
No, actually, I've never spoken vocally to Nano.
Wow.
You have?
I joined him on a stream once, I think. We were just watching videos for like an hour or something.
Hey, Cap.
Mm-hmm.
Turn around. Turn around. Oh. No.
That is a gnome.
Anyway, yeah, no, long ago.
Yeah, I haven't drawn in a long time.
Yeah, I'm now curious. What did you think I sounded like before you actually heard my voice? I need to know. It's like the shittiest fucking laugh I've ever done because of Gnome. I do not laugh like that. That was just. Oh, right. No, I text. I'm on the spectrum. I've got autism, ADHD, and Asperger's, and it's like if you can't hear my voice, like I try to keep my intent very forward
Well,
because I try
yeah,
to
I'll ask
whatever
a question and you'll only say yes. It's like not yeah. It's like okay. Yes sounds really serious.
you know I try to make sure that whatever I type is very forward. So just like there's no like other interpretation of my words. It's this is what I say. There is no other interpretation. Like the Stanley Parable variant is what
Stanley
you
was
think it is.
horny.
Stanley smelled like cheese, so he went to the bathroom and he washed his hair.
Well, Nano likes your voice. Get the, get that fucking gnome out of my face.
Nice to see you, Nana. How we just cleaned it. I was like, gosh, oh, great! Now we're talking to someone. It's like, oh, oh.
I mean,
Playing eyes.
we've got work in the morning.
Yeah, but we got time before the time when I normally like actually go off, and you've got a later shift tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, we can like
We're not gonna finish
hang
this
out.
house though.
Oh no, unless we're somehow really quick with it. No, we're not. But yeah. Work been treating you well, Nana?
I saw him tweet out about how he's been dealing with man children.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a dude who's a little incel. It's so funny.
That makes it sound like you've got stories of this man's
Do tell.
in solitude. Spread the workplace gossip. You know you can't help clean, right?
I was buying something. I got the spinny thing. Do we have
Actually, no,
any
we should
left?
also ask. Yeah, right over here.
Ah. Everything that could be either homophobic, xenophobic, fatphobic, transphobic, or gross in general has been said by him in the Discord server. And he still works
Wait,
there?
your workplace has a Discord server? Guys, get in VC. Someone broke staff rules.
I mean, it's a pretty useful software. Like, you can set, like,
And it's just like there's just the humor in like no posting porn in the work in the work Discord.
well, hopefully not. As for the training, it's been quite useful to be honest, but since there's no trainers in there, everyone goes wild. What's the point of the Discord then if there's no trainers? No take.
Sorry guys, I can't come into work. I'm feeling sick. Pog champs in the replies.
Yeah, I don't like Teams.
We've been discussing justifiable villains. Do you have any like villains from like any franchises that you would deem as a justifiable villain, Nano?
The World Ends With You has a few. I've not watched. What is that?
The World Ends With You is a Square Enix game in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Dream Drop Distance. Sorry, for some reason, characters from the game showed up in Travis Town,
Hmm.
but a friend who, of course, I will not give any names, but the other fan of Death Battle with me, is a big fan of the game. I've considered playing it, but it's just like I'm more of a Kingdom Hearts person as such as that thing like, oh, I don't trust I think like this game is Kingdom Hearts like, so I'll think it in like the look, but I know it's not in gameplay, but I probably like trick myself into believing it is, not find out that it's not, and I'd be like, oh, I don't like this.
I don't play it anymore.
I don't want to play with you anymore. Bye, Woody. Yeah, no, I believe Cap aims to at some point do Kingdom Hearts on the stream, but
I would love to
you
play
know,
some
I'm
of
not.
these longer games on stream. I mean, I'm doing Resident Evil right now. I just like more. I would like more people to be there to watch it, because it's not something you'd probably play more than once on stream. Like, I want to play Tales of Vesperia on stream, because I fucking love that game. But I also want as many people as I possibly can to watch it with me.
I love the Kingdom Hearts games. You know, we do own all the games. I say all of them.
Not the DS
We
ones.
don't. Yeah, we don't own Recoded, or believe that or not, or Chain of Memories Game Boy, but or 358 Days Over Two. But you know, big fan of the franchise. Popped off when Sora was announced as Smash. I got sad by the fact that I didn't like Kingdom Hearts 3 as much as I was hoping. Sad day for Sev fans, or one of them, and it's Cap.
Well,
Don't lie, it's true. I say that, but actually no. Back in the other means of online presence, apparently I did actually have people who thought me as their favorite.
we'll build that up again.
I haven't actually played the DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3. It's just that I I liked the gameplay. I just felt like in comparison to 2, and of course it's like you could say don't compare, but like I'm gonna, like there just wasn't as much.
Well, there were no, like,
Like
secret bosses, were there?
there was one secret boss, and it wasn't that challenging. I wanted to beat Sephiroth's butt again, but they couldn't even put any Final Fantasy characters in there. What's up with that? And then you know you got your Zora selling point of the DLC, who was straight up just meant to be Noctis.
Should have just had Noctis at that point.
Yeah, no, because cool and fun fact about Final Fantasy 15, it was meant to be it was originally directed by the creator of Kingdom Hearts, but they they got him off the project because they wanted him to focus on Kingdom Hearts 3 as the priority and got someone else to do it. But like Noctis was his idea.
Hmm.
Like Noctis was it was his idea, and as such, I think he was like attached to it, hence why I had Yuzura be very similar to him.
I mean, fair
Like
enough.
like Kingdom Hearts 3 is my least favorite of the numbered titles. But I mean, it did some really good things. One, Gummy Ship was fun there. I liked it. Music was good. I fucking love Scar Ed Kayam's theme. That's a great fucking theme.
Do, 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 do,
That's
do.
not it. But
I don't know. I
great.
like that song.
Um, Vanitas getting Yeetus by Sully was funny, but everyone agreed
They
to
got
that.
the Woody let him cook thing.
Yes, they did indeed. Woody let him cook. I it was less grindier than the other games, but depending on if you're like one of those people who actively likes to grind something to feel the satisfaction, that's a positive or a negative. But it makes it more open to like newer members of the audience because God, farming Ultima Weapon in Kingdom Hearts 1. Ugh.
I got it.
Yeah, no, I know you did. We both did, but it's like, did you really want to sit there and juggle those blue
No.
fungus guys
I didn't do
on
that.
Captain Hook's ship?
I did something
I did!
else.
I did it 7 times!
Or maybe I did do it. I don't remember.
Uh, what else? 'Cause, like, yeah, I'm trying to talk like the good things about Kingdom Hearts 3. Graphically, it's great. Like, I cannot pretend like it looks good. Like the effects are neat, Keyblade switching is neat, even though if I didn't figure that out until the Keyblade graveyard, oops. Um, Upgrading the Keyblades was neat because the thing, if you just like a certain Keyblade, you can use it the entire game because you can upgrade it rather than just say, ah, but it falls off. Like, no, you can. Like, I spent my first playthrough of it, I used the Kingdom Key run only, and that's just because like I will funnel all of my resources into it because I want to see how strong it gets. Also, I was like crackpot theorizing that if you did that, that's how you got Ultima Weapon. I was wrong, but you know, at least I tried. But like Kingdom Hearts 3 for me had so much like potential that I just didn't feel like it lived up to. Like I felt like the world selection was, well, small. There wasn't much to do in them. The There was only one Disney character that you fought in the game, which I know is like an odd thing. Because some people's like, okay, but that means there's more unique. Yeah, but no, I want to beat the shit out of fucking Hades. I want to go into the Toy Story world and
Wait, the one boss, is that was the fucking Rock Titan?
it's a thing of I'm not including the Titans purely because you've already fought them before. Except for the Tornado Titan, he was new. Um, but like the only like Disney boss you fought that game that wasn't in the tutorial because that was the tutorial was Davy Jones.
Hmm.
Like you know, I would have loved to have gone into fucking Toy Story world and got to call Zurg a bitch.
So that could have been a cool fight.
Like Randall was a character like everyone was anticipating. No, actually, yeah, you know, give him some fucking shit. But nope, he has an unversed instead because you know we wanted the unversed. I mean, it's cool, you know, it's like a send off to all these things, but like the unversed, yeah, there they are.
And
Um,
what are the unversed?
the unversed are the heartless equivalent in Dream Drop, not Dream Drop. I got I got both in Birth by Sleep. They're created by Vanitas, who is the literal dark half of Ventus. and you know they're effectively just a minion type that exists that isn't the Heartless. That's the
Right.
best way to put it. But like, yeah, you only fight one Disney boss. And I'm not including Disney characters who turn into Heartless because it's a thing of that. Like, for some reason, Hans Frozen turns into a giant wolf. It's like, no, that's not a Heartless Hans. That's just a fucking wolf. That's his persona. Or like Mother Gothel from Tangled turns into a giant tree.
Nah, I don't remember any of this.
I don't know how far you got into the game. I've only got one playthrough in the game. I tried to play it critical, but yeah, I just didn't like it enough to give it the attention I did for Kingdom Hearts 2 or 1. But yeah, there's a lot of it. Yeah, the Toy Story boss was the King of Toys, which was a heartless spaceship.
The Big Hero 6 boss was kind of cool.
Heartless Baymax, yeah, no, it's neat that that one actually like it's a thing of it gives you the ability to like I say engage in combat with a Disney character, but it is a thing of those like okay, but I want to beat up a I want to beat up a villain, beat up Baymax. Like don't hurt me. He's plush and fat. That's fine. I told you to take your time. I ain't gonna rush you on it.
I will.
Don't.
I'm gonna send you hateful messages.
Um, what other like cool like I liked seeing the Organization 13, but I wish some members of Organization 13 actually got some attention in Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, I'm dead certain, like, four of the original Organization 13 members didn't even have dialogue.
But I
Yeah.
mean, I was gonna say Borderlands 3. Fucking the entirety of Kingdom Hearts 3 is literally just a setup, isn't it? It's not. It's just to continue.
It's to end the Xehanort, the Dark Seekers saga and lead into the next saga. We just don't know what that is. Which I am cautiously optimistic for Kingdom Hearts 4, even if Sora doesn't have his massive fucking shoes.
Yeah, he's photorealistic now.
Photorealistic Mickey.
Unless he becomes cartoonish when he goes into a Disney World or something.
But I like it's a thing. Yeah, I think my thing on Kingdom Hearts 3 is I treat it in the same sense as I do Borderlands 3. Good gameplay, just disappointing execution, and the story kinda doesn't it doesn't scratch what I was expecting. And again, I want to fucking beat up Sephiroth again.
Next time.
Yeah, no, if Kingdom Hearts 4 doesn't have a Sephiroth boss fight, I will cry a little bit. And then realize Sephiroth is still hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's hot. Sephiroth can Sephiroth can use his Masamune on me anytime. I will die. But there's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Now you die.
Like it's one of those like it's like how like I compliment Kingdom Hearts 3 is like the music is good, but then the immediate argument is the music's good in every game, Sev. And you're right, it is. Destarti's a bop. Simple and Clean is stuck in my head every 5 minutes. Sanctuary goes harder than it fucking should. Dearly Beloved is really relaxing.
Hi guys,
I like
welcome to my live stream.
Hey, look, it's not my fault. It's, I was like, oh yes, talk about this thing. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, I'm gonna gush. I love that game. Fucking like as a kid, it was like I never got to play it because I was always watching, and the one time I did, it was like my siblings were like struggling to figure out how to deal with the Phantom boss fight. It was stupid. I was like, I won, and I was really happy about it. Like, yeah, they didn't do it, I did it. Yeah, that we need.
can you ask her a favor? Yeah, sure, anything. There's something I want to do and can't resist. What? No, I'm scared.
You're sexy Sephiroth, do it.
Can you send me that Sev PNG? I have an idea. Sure, I'll right now.
If he has an idea, we can I trust his I trust his.
I'll send it right
Wait,
now.
actually I apologize, Nano. Before I keep referring to you by gender pronouns, what gender pronouns do we identify you as? I apologize. I actually don't think I've ever asked that question.
Think it's they. I don't know, but yeah.
They them. Sorry about that. I read you as he. Yeah, I trust that they can that what they're doing. They that that I mean we trust Nano. You know. Plus, it might be a funny. You might be like, hey, this is a funny, and then put it somewhere on the stream. Oh.
And Nano we trust.
Yeah, I trust it. I trust him.
I trust Nano. Nano's the oldest friend we have on Discord.
Yeah. Well, I mean, excluding us, but we don't count. We don't even exist. I don't exist. I'm a figment of nation. Goodbye. All right, I'm back. I
Be
got
back
bored
in
of
5 minutes. I sent him the PNG and now he's gone.
PNG received. Thanks, suckers. Goes.
He's gonna steal your identity now.
I'm Seth now.
I'm Sev now.
I mean, he kind of sorry, they kind of easily could. Because I mean, they're the one who drew most of it. By all means, they could just go, well, actually, I'm Seth now. But I'll get better with it. I'll actively start practicing.
I don't think it matters to them.
It may not, but it's more just one of those. I want to respect people's wishes, which I sometimes suck at. I've been known to accidentally slip to using one of our friends' older names. Luckily, it's not the one that they had before. You know, their changes, but it's still the thing of like, God damn it, I should be past this, but I'm not. And I need to
Yeah, like so one of them showed up to one of the Terraria streams, but they were still using their old Twitch account that had their previous name in it, so I called them by that name.
You know, but at least you had a prompt for that. But yeah, if anyone is wondering what we mean by them, it's just for the sake of that, I know them personally. It's just one of those I don't want to necessarily I don't want to give out like their online handle without their express consent or knowledge, or risk saying their name if they don't want it out there, just respecting their privacies. But yes, we do have friends.
We're about to reach the 2 hour mark.
Yeah, that's fine. On the plus side, it does mean you technically did get a full length streaming,
Yeah.
and we'll still be fine for our shifts tomorrow. Because I don't like go get like stop talking to you at 10 o'clock and me go to sleep. I make sure I'm like out of it.
Hmm.
Pardon me. And by out of it, I mean like chilled. Let the air in. And probably get some cold and flu tablets in me because colds suck. They suck a lot.
I do need to get a better microphone.
I know it's on your list. But it'll happen
Hmm.
if I can speak English properly for a sentence. It's your first language, Sev. You should not be stuttering or stammering about trying to figure out what word you're using. But you do.
Man, there's like, okay, so Crando, Crando's German, Nano is Spanish. Uh, there, there's other people who are from different places across the world, and they always apologize for not knowing words, and it's like, fucker, you speak English better than some native English speakers. You don't need to apologize for anything.
Yeah, I just pass on the fact that people assume I'm American, and so I pretend like, oh yeah, no, I actually, I can't speak English because I'm speaking in the diet version according to people. Ha ha ha.
Diet English.
Yeah, because like the amount of people who are like, oh yeah, people who speak with like American and is like the words that is like their simplified English is like, okay, yeah, it's like yeah, that's why I struggle with remembering words sometimes.
Trash.
Crash, crash, crash.
Put it out in the
No.
trash. Cops.
What if, and bear with me on this one, I pushed you off the roof.
Why would you do that?
Because fall damage isn't enabled. I just thought it'd be funny.
You're very mean.
Yeah, that's the point, right? I'm on these streams to be your foil. I'm the opposite you. I'm not gonna go into detail of what that means
The
because I don't
opposite.
even know.
I'm you, but opposite.
So you're actually cool? No. So you're cool? No, I just insult you. Oh. You're gay.
What?
I said I don't think, and then you're gay, because I don't know, it was just in a moment, in a mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, actually, It's kind of true, kind of not, but you know that's not for me to express. So yeah,
But you just fucking did. Back peace has been restored to the land.
peace, peace has been restored to the land. Now all of China knows that you are here. I'm curious.
Ah, I see.
What? I
Give
don't see
give me
it.
a
What?
second.
What?
You'll see it in a second. Wait, is that
The
not the big version? Oh my god, did I give you the wrong version of it?
what?
No. Okay, give me a second.
What?
Shut up.
What?
I think something was eating at Nano on the inside.
What the? What was something with my fingers?
No, okay, let me set up.
I like my fingers.
Do 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 do.
You know I lack a proper structure. They're like you know.
Your fingers? I ate them.
Not, my chocolate ones or my actual ones? Why am I doing this? Why am I like doing this voice? I can pretend like this is some kind of like skit.
I don't know.
Me either. This is weird. What?
I'm setting it up. Shut your face.
I'm scared. He, he's gonna use the big stick on me again. He's gonna hit me with a stick.
There you go.
What?
Look at your stream.
I am. What am I looking at? I'm smaller. I have little red bits, I think.
Do you not notice it?
No. I'm looking at like a corner of a screen. I can't really see the full detail properly. Because I'm
Nano. So the image was you were blowing the party thing, and there was confetti. He changed it so there's an idle. The idle pose is now the confetti is gone, and you're not blowing into the party thing. So whenever
Oh,
you
okay.
speak, it unrolls and confetti pops out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cute.
Thanks,
Yeah, that's
Nano.
cute. I like that. There was actually something I was like considering is like maybe I should get my own like little like mouth opening thing. Was like, oh no, no, he's shown up and he is now. Whoa, confetti be upon you. All I want to say is I can't get up there.
Where'd the ladder go? Oh,
It's over there. You kept. Yoink.
what the fuck?
I am an eldritch being. That's canon. That's not a joke. That's canon. Thank you very much, Nan. Apologies for not noticing it. I am stupid. I noticed the confetti was red, and I always thought it was yellow. I didn't realize it was a case of, oh no, you've given me an idle animation. Now I have a speaking animation, which is yeah, that's something I was hoping for at some point. I like it. Thank you. But just something I like wasn't too focused on like grabbing yet. I was like, yeah, I'm glad to have it. Thank you very much.
Just needed the party thing to unroll when you started speaking.
Just like, hi, hi, yes, what? He speak, but he's always blowing. This is simply because I forgot that I
Yeah,
stopped
roll
breathing.
up would be the right one. When he's not speaking, it would roll up, and when he starts speaking, it rolls. It unrolls.
Yeah, that'd be an animation though, and that would be a bit. We've got a little bit of a funky
I don't
undertaking.
know if animation's even possible with this thing because it's only inactive image to active image.
Yeah. It might be possible, but it's just like I definitely don't know what I'm doing because of course I'm not the one streaming. I'm just an EU
It
killer.
is possible. You've done it. Well, maybe one day. I am still new to all this stuff. But OBS hates it. Makes it lag a bit.
Yeah. Not like it's anything that we're like in a rush for anyway. Plus, you know, it would effectively if it was gonna happen, considering someone's got a model be already on commission, it would only be a thing that would like be like we would consider for co-hosting. So it's not high on the priority list of your streams, if I'm correct, because of course that's only if like we do more co-host stuff.
Mhm. I might get if more people are interested in coming on stream, I might get personalized icons for them.
Yeah, no, I was considering that. It's just well, besides you, myself, and well, Caboose, and I'm not including the other people because that was like a group like collab thing. No one else has like joined you on a
Dashi and Roken.
yeah, like because you know that was like your Borderlands collab thing.
Yeah, that was all their own individual. Liking a bit. Hi, Liken, how you doing? It's going well, thanks.
Hey, I'm hoping that we'll be able to do that campaign soon. We are just waiting on information from, you know, The Last of Us, not the game. But good to see you. How was your Dead by Daylight stream? Still playing the Dredge? I swing in to check his streams out from time to time.
But it's going well, thanks. I hope it's going well with you. Let me take a sip of Coke, actually.
CB.
We're 92% cleaned, apparently, so we might as well finish this.
Yeah. But if I think about like people who we could like bring on to like, because of course, Necro wants to like do some Dead by Daylight with us at some point. And of course, we've asked about was it Roken or Dashi
Oh,
who
thanks for the
played it?
raid. I really
We've been
appreciate it.
raised. But yeah, like was it Dashi or
Dashi.
Roken who Daylight? It's like if you ever wanted to stream that, by all means, we could ask Dashi and Necro because I know you asked about Caboose about it, but there wasn't really a.
I mean, Caboose is down for it. He just, he's not. He's never played it before, I don't think. No, I think he has played it. He has played it, but he's not good at it, he said. But neither are us, so.
Wow.
Oh, thanks for the raids, Nano. I forgot. Yeah, I need to start raiding people because it would be a good way to. Anyway, hate to raid
Yeah,
and
like
dash, but I got a smoke quick. No, no worries. You enjoy your smoke. Don't say
you
the
have a
British word
good.
for it.
We haven't given you that pass. I'm sorry. Be good to see you, but I hope that we get to do that campaign soon.
Hopefully. You know what would be fun?
Yeah,
We could do a tabletop sim stream.
it's something that we. Well, I mean, what would we want to tabletop first and foremost, and we need some people to play it with.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We could do a few things.
Because I mean, I'd be down if like you know our normal group. I'd say like our normal group, and we go back to the fucking Pokemon Masters, but God, that'll take a while. We don't want to do Cards Against Humanity. That would kill you.
Yeah, that would probably end up getting me in trouble.
'Cause those already like designed cards are murderous. Um, Of course, there's D&D, which I believe our DM, who is indeed our good old friend Like an Abyss, of like him and I have discussed the option of if he wanted to stream our sessions, because of course we're doing them online, so you could make it a thing of stream it as
I would
well.
not trust our friend group.
I mean, no, but I imagine that they behave knowing like, okay, but this it's become is a stream. Please behave.
Maybe. I don't want to limit people on what they can't say.
Yeah, well, that's fair. Of course, though, if our DM does stream it, I imagine either way they behaving. I imagine they'd be behaving anyway, because all they know of our DM is he. So I doubt they necessarily want to open the barrel with some sillies.
Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, thank you both of you very much for the raids. I honestly really appreciate it. So
Yeah, I
you
gotta
wait,
make.
you weren't streaming as well, were you? No.
I need to pop in tomorrow in Nano streams. I just don't. I just keep not forgetting them. So I apologize for that.
It's he
By
streams in
forgetting them,
Spanish and it's always when we're
that
busy.
doesn't mean I can't just watch it.
No, I
But
know.
you know,
I
other
watched
than
it.
that,
He drew that maid suite on stream.
ah,
Like he was talking about how he wanted to take his time with art, but of course now art is unfortunately secondary. No, well, not unfortunately. It's
now that once you have gained yourself a working class position, you need to make sure that you're maintaining that, which is a completely necessary thing to do. So why, of course, I keep stressing, do not rush anything that you've been commissioned, or at least from me anyway. Because I'm fine with waiting. You've got plenty of other things to focus on. Me getting a specific image for a certain someone's enjoyment, it shouldn't be put above your personal life
I
or
got
your
quite a few
business.
there, but it's still it's out of reach at this point.
Yeah, yeah. Because if I'm correct, you can only work on them on the weekends. So like it. I'd actively try not to rush anything. Like I I don't recall. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Anytime I've asked you to hurry on things, because if you want the best product, don't rush it. Which is very simple logic. So I'm not saying anything groundbreaking.
Both amazing and you feel rushed. Well, thank you. I try not to. I know in the past I was probably a bit more. I probably asked about it a bit too much because I was always excited to see the work in progresses. Love drawing your OCs except furries. Oh, you don't like the anthropomorphic lower bodies?
See that's the benefit to Sevi boy over there. He could be anything. He's a boy.
You just can't
Which
trust.
of course,
You, oh yeah, I understand that, but I mean, you did a great job with that one to mean one.
I mean, the and that's an odd thing to say, but like the made sweet image, and it's not a negative. Like every time I look at a certain part of that, it's like someone put like chocolates on a wrapper. They stick out. You know what I mean? French fancies. You ever had one of those?
No, wait, the maid sweet one.
Yeah. Well,
Let's.
I'm not saying what part of it makes me think of. Ah, yes, like unwrapped chocolate balls on a wrapper.
Ah, I opened up and I just checked. Yeah, yeah, fair enough.
I was going for that. Yeah, no, that's exactly what. Chucky. But of course, we're not saying we're not detailing that. I was like, I like it. Also, I think like Cap can easily say that the witch suite, and my like that was really fucking good. Love that one.
The sweet and the witch outfit is my favorite one.
Yeah, that shit is a fucking chef's kiss, my guy. Seriously, love that one. Love all of them, but like, I don't know what it is about that one is fucking like it is.
It's the tummy.
It's everything, in my opinion. Like she's she's completely there's not is perfectly rounded. She's the outfit good, the background good, the everything good. It is good, and I'm not saying that like it's good at minimum. It's like good in the sense where I can sit there and go like it's funny because it's a witch because it's like some and as you said possessed you to do draw like that. It was like you channeled a different being into like you know what witch wolf girl go brr and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'd like to get more art from you, Nano. It's just obviously you've got your job.
And there is of course more coming, but you know again don't want any rushes on that. When you know when it's out, and you know someone will hopefully enjoy it. You stinky stinker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though for every day that passes, Nano, I want another vein. Don't
You're
do
not
that.
very
That'd
good
be
at.
a lot.
You're not very subtle.
I don't care. Yeah, but if I pass them, I was I will get into pre-assignment, so I will get extra free time, so I'll finally start trying stuff out. I hope you do that then. Not just for the art, but obviously to start, like, actually doing shit.
Better your career because that's all it's about progression so that more doors open and that we can have more doors open.
I don't know if I told
And
you,
by
Nano,
we,
but
I mean
I
you.
actually
Yeah,
started a new job recently as well.
he makes things wet.
It's a garden centre job.
And I wasn't gonna offer any context, but fine. You know, where am I fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A surgical what?
Yeah.
A garden
Yeah.
centre.
He waters plants and works in a cafe, and occasionally gets in a van with a bunch of strangers.
That, I mean, yeah, but not like that.
But it's not like that.
No, I deliver stuff.
Then why are you getting in?
Because I get to sit in the van and basically do nothing for a few hours.
So what's the difference? Do.
But that's only on that. The only chance of that happening is on a Friday, and it's not guaranteed. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, it's cool that it's cool that he's got himself something to do outside stream, of course. Because
Man, this game is satisfying.
yeah, if you own any like Game Pass or like say Xbox Game Pass, I don't know if you play devices, Nano, but this game is completely free for if you have Xbox Game Pass.
Bricks. Where are the bricks?
Oh, they're these lower bits,
Ah.
the grey bricks.
We should totally do a collaboration at some point. Nano.
There's the thing of it's like, would we want to do like things that we kind of used to do? And I'm putting kinda because ye old day stuff is like, because like, would we ever want to do like Gartic?
That would be fun.
Yeah, but it's also one of those things that was like, whether or not we'd be able to like get any of our friends involved. We got Necro involved one. Oh, we got Necro involved once. Got Necro involved in a few of those actually, because I like to make sure he was all right.
Yeah,
Because
he
he's
wasn't
our
having a
friend.
good time.
Nope. And but he's our friend, and we want to make sure we keep him out.
Yeah, he basically runs the sweet server at this point.
Yeah, it was nice to talk to him last time we did this, that Dead by Daylight. That's that's funny. It's like two streams where like you've
I'll
got me
do
on to
my
like
best to not say anything that could get you banned. If you know the kind of things I say in my Spanish streams, you wouldn't even consider inviting me. Okay.
I mean, to be fair, you know, other people who we have, you, Cat does have like worries about them, but they behave on streams, and I trust that you would too. And even if you didn't, we can't tell because if you do say it in Spanish, it's like, well, we don't know. We don't know at
Say it in
all.
Spanish, so I can't say anything. There's a single wooden trim. I bet you it's like a fucking speck that we've missed. Do you think there's probably like a fucking some Karen would come back to their house looking like this after the fucking shit stain it was, and look at one thing and go, "Oh, you missed this part. I'm not paying anymore." I'm just going around and pressing the right bump, right analytics. Did you find it?
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, the garage. And there we go.
We did it.
Game's so relaxing, you gotta imagine the stressful scenarios for that good old cortisol.
Cortisol. Cortisol.
See, he's saying words that even I don't know. And there we go. We did that house. I was honestly not expecting to do that.
That's landed us at a good point where we can like let the time lapse happen and end our stream for today. Stressful, man.
What's the next job then? Clean the skate park or clean the shoe house?
Yeah.
I'll probably do the shoe house then.
Yep. Probably take us. Well, I say probably take it. Like the skate park would definitely. Like if we were to say, so do we want to do this again tomorrow or just leave it?
Let's let Nano decide. Or anyone else who's in chat. Is Eulogy still around?
let's let's let Nano decide. Yeah, basically you're gonna hold up us like if you say yes, I better see you tomorrow.
Okay, Nano, would you rather us do this again, or would you rather me continue with the Resident Evil 4 remake?
Where my beating? Put you bed and no, they're doing a suck. So
Hard thing is, what if I say Resident Evil, but you're feeling like Wash Simulator tomorrow?
I mean, if I'm correct, you're not feeling too Resident Evil right now. Anyway, like if you wanted, just not like a co-host talk stream tomorrow if you wanted, because of course you do Resident Evil. It's just you and yourself. And if you're not,
I, I
if you're
s-
feeling a little
I'll definitely
mm,
be doing Resident Evil on Saturday, so
mm. Although, will you be doing it on Sunday, considering birthday the day after?
no, I'll probably take Sunday off.
I'm gonna age.
Alright.
Yeah. Then do some more chill games.
Yes, so Sev's birthday's on Monday.
I'm gonna age. Well, not this Monday, because that Monday's past. I'm gonna age, but yeah, we're gonna do some more of this tomorrow, because I'll be home and so we can both be here and clean up a shoe.
Yeah, so that's what we'll be doing tomorrow then. More of this, then maybe something in the middle of the week. He heard himself.
Yeah, was good to see you, Nana. Oh, it was always good to see you.
Yep. I'll do my best to pop in, hopefully I don't forget. Don't worry, honestly, you've got work, you've got commissions to catch up on. Even if you just fucking have us on in the background, anything is honestly enough.
Or if you just join, simply say "sweet is stink" and then run away
Why?
because I'm a silly.
Alright. Thank you everyone
But
for coming along.
that's something that's probably talked too much.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you everyone for coming along. I really, really appreciate everyone who came in and chatted, who raided and followed.
speaking of which, you should find someone to raid.
We should. That is a good idea. Right, let's see. Twitch.
Anyone who does not want to be put into a raid, you are free to leave. But if anyone has any suggestions on someone to raid, you're free to suggest. Hey, if you got any friends streaming right now, shameless plug. Send
Does
them.
not look like it. Doesn't look like anyone I'm friends with is streaming.
Can you only raid friends?
No, you can raid anyone. I raided some furry. I raided a furry who was playing Modern Warfare.
Oh, I know. Whenever I can't like fully, I just keep my phone on charge and stay in it so that at the very least like there's someone in the chat. I wake up to some furry goodbye screen. Like, what did I miss?
Yeah, I raided a furry once. I watched it for like a few seconds to make sure that they were all right, and they seemed all right. And then I raided them, and then someone in their chat said the bad F word.
Oh, all right.
So that was
Yeah,
interesting.
I'm not seeing anyone to. I say I'm not seeing anyone to send anyone to. But yeah. Anyway, we should just go. We should go now. We should go now. We keep saying that we should go now.
I know. I'm trying to I'm trying to raid someone. Someone to raid.
We're a goddamn mess.
Uh, 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 all right, let's never mind. Forget it. Forget it. All right.
I just noticed this has been under a Resident Evil 4 tag the entire time.
It shouldn't be. I pressed Powerwash Sim. It says Powerwash Sim on the left.
It's telling me spookumed, but it may just
Really?
be like the way. It might just be maybe I just haven't.
Yeah, it says Powerwash for now. Okay, right. Enough. Fucking procrastinating.
Enough.
Enough. Right. Thank you everyone for coming along. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you for everyone who's followed. Thank you everyone who. Uh, who are you?
You're dead.
What? All right. Goodbye, everyone. Love all of you.
Bye.